Welcome to episode 8 of Black is Evil and White is Good. It's another perspective with I, the mystic philosopher. And yes, my melanin people, it is high time for reasoning. Now, here in this episode, my focus will be on showing and explaining how the Caucasian race and its system, the Caucasian system, and its system of force, also known as the legal system, has practiced and is practicing the art and the science of self-preservation, and thereby preserving themselves, thereby preserving their existence, their system and their power, their dominance and control, etc. by containing, controlling, and terminating, and so forth, all that which, whether true or false, they believe, think, and perceive are black. I will also be sharing my perspectives on the relationship between police killings and the word, the sign, and symbol black. Now, if we are to accept as truth, undeniable truth, that the first law of nature is self-preservation, survival. The first law of nature, survival of self. And as such, it is in one's own nature, one's own genetic programming and self-preservation interest to eliminate, to exterminate, and to eradicate anything, everything, anyone, or everyone that looks suspicious and is suspicious. If we are to accept as truth, as undeniable truth, that the first law of nature is self-preservation, is survival, survival of self, and as such, it is in one's own nature, one's own genetic programming and self-preservation interest to eliminate, to exterminate, and to eradicate anything, everything, anyone, or everyone that is a threat or that is threatening, that is without moral goodness. Anything, everything, anyone, or everyone that is a disgrace and disgraceful, that is a sign of bad luck, that is a demon, that is evil, that which causes us to fear, etc. In other words, isn't it fear and justifiable for us to want to eliminate, to exterminate, to eradicate, or at the very least contain, terminate, and control all that which is black and all that mean black from our lives and our societies? Question 10. If the answer to the aforementioned question is a resounding yes, the first law of nature is indeed self-preservation. The first law of nature is indeed the survival of one's self. And as such, we are all programmed naturally, instinctively, genetically, and otherwise to act at the very least want to eliminate, exterminate, eradicate, or to subdue, contain, and control any and all forms of threats. And no doubt by now you too, my listeners and readers, will or may also agree that the word threats also mean and is also defined as black, and as any and all forms of black and blackness. So again, if the answer is yes, a resounding yes, the first law of nature is self-preservation, which also means getting rid of threats, getting rid of all forms of threats, I might add, which by logical extension means getting rid of or exterminating blacks, all forms of blacks and blackness. Then isn't it fair, reasonable, and logical for us to deduce and conclude, to deduce and affirm from all the aforementioned that if or when a police officer, especially a true black Caucasian police officer, sees one of us, the natural native earthly humans, one of us, the Earth's organic human of high melanin, high carbon skin complexion, that is also very evident in our skin complexion, that he or she, meaning the black Caucasian police officer, whether he or she is being deceived, whether he or she is being predisposed genetically, whether he or she is being systematically, religiously, racially, culturally inculcated or otherwise programmed, whether he or she is existing purely in gross ignorance or otherwise, but whichever of these conditions that may be appropriately applied, the fact is that whenever he or she perceives in his or her mind that he or she is seeing black, whenever he or she perceives in his or her mind that he or she is seeing the physical manifestation of that which is black, as seeing a black man, a black woman, a black boy, a black girl, a black child, or as seeing a black youth, then consciously or unconsciously in his or her psyche, he or she sees or he or she is seeing someone that is to him or her a threat. He or she is seeing someone that is threatening. He or she is seeing someone that is causing him or her to fear. He or she is seeing someone that is suspicious. He or she is seeing someone or something that is dangerous. He or she is seeing someone that is without moral goodness. He or she is seeing someone that is a demon, someone that is a devil, someone that is by his or her mere physical appearance an evil person, an evil Hulk Hogan, etc. And thus he or she automatically sees someone that must be eliminated, exterminated, eradicated, or at the very least someone that must be contained. Note, by contained, I also mean someone that must be charged, ticketed, criminalized, fined, or pay a fine, incarcerated, detained, imprisoned, or terminated, you name them. And these are just some of the reasons why I, the mystic philosopher, in the name of our honorable ancestors, our source and our mother, I am begging and pleading with you, my highly enriched melanin people, my highly enriched carbon skin people, my fellow Earth's organic humans, my African people, to please stop calling yourselves black and all of its synonyms Please stop answering to the Caucasian and their system's curse word, name and title black. Please stop the Caucasian and their legal system from calling, naming, labeling, carding, profiling, listing and blacklisting you, blacklisting us with their sign, their symbol, and above all with their mark of death, black. And for your information, none of the system's trained professionals and otherwise educators, be they doctors, psychologists, psychiatrists, scientists, you name them, can tell you this or will tell you this. Because number one, just like the Caucasoid system's police officers and other agents of force, they too are taught and trained by the Caucasoid system so that the Caucasoid system can be done. So that the Caucasoid systems will be done. And that it is being done. And what is the Caucasoid system's will and testament, you may ask, that is being done? Its will is self-preservation. Self-preservation, so that it will last and will continue its reign of terror upon all those that will not submit to its will forever and ever. 2. Most of them are not in the know. Them meaning the Caucasoid system's trained professionals and otherwise educators, their doctors and psychologists, psychiatrists, scientists, their lawyers, politicians, etc. Because they were never taught this. And understandably so. A lot of them, if not most of them, are not independent thinkers either. They don't, and they can't think independently for themselves so that they might figure things like this out. And those that are in the know, those that are aware, those that are, they are the few and far between. And they won't tell you. And they can't tell you this because they have too much to lose. And from my perspective, some of the worst victims or the more severe victims of this, the Caucasoid system's deception, are those from among our highly enriched melanin people. Some of our own African brothers and sisters that have been qualified, accepted, schooled, trained and certified by the Caucasoid system as the Caucasian system proud black doctors, the Caucasian system's proud black educators, the Caucasian system's proud black psychologists, the Caucasian system's proud psychiatrists, the Caucasian system's proud black preachers, the Caucasian system's proud black generals, the Caucasian system's proud black police officers, the system's proud black lawyers, the Caucasian system's proud black politicians, the system's proud black professionals, the system's proud black, you name them. And most, if not all, will tell you without any room for another perspective that they are black and that they are proud to be black. And that is just, and that just add more solid proof to my point that they don't know and that they are not independent thinkers, but instead that they are regurgitators of the Caucasian system's programmed facts and ideologies. Because now that some of you, my readers and listeners, are in the know, please tell me, who in their right mind and is intellectually honest that would want to have the word black be the adjective that described them, if indeed they were not being deceived, or if indeed they are not really and truly black?